We did a last video I did when I was checking out. Somebody put in the comments real quick. I was um, asking about the update on the garden. So, real quick, we're just going to quick update. Obviously, last time we heard about this, the garden was in dire peril from the global freeze that was about ready to hit us. But for the most part, the freeze didn't get to much. I don't think. I think, or not, it didn't even freeze. I mean, the cold. It was. We got down around 35 or so. I don't think the cold got to anything last month when it got that cold streak. But we're running down here some of the stuff we got going on and how it's looking. I give it a kind of 7 out of a 10 at this point. Weeds are really hard to keep up with, especially being, as you could tell, out most of this week. But starting off, we'll just go right to left, I guess. We've got about 16 potato plants right here. Turning out good. We had about 5 or 6 that didn't come up. You see the blank space. It is what it is. They just sometimes don't come up. Potatoes look good. I don't think the potatoes don't have any problems. Our jalapeno peppers were the first victim of the rabbit brigade, and they've got them every year. I've never been able to put jalapenos out and them not get taken out. But the peppers right next to them are fine. The other peppers, green peppers and everything else, I think we got some red peppers and whatever type we're cooking up here. So that's what we got going on there. We're gonna put in some more carrots down this row and the next row over. And on the next row over also we had some victims of, I think, just bad timing, and they just weren't transplanted in time. The cucumbers are succumbing, I think. I don't think we're going to have any cucumbers. I don't think we got them in the ground fast enough out of the seedling planters. So the cucumbers are out of action, but we're going to finish this row out with some radishes and carrots, I believe, here, I guess, next weekend, because it ain't going to happen this weekend. The next 2 rows, we got tomatoes. Tomatoes are coming in pretty strong. They seem to weather the cold just fine. We got fruit on a lot of them. Good. Tomatoes are looking pretty strong. Got to get these guys tied up, these smaller guys. But we got what? A little over 18 or so plants. They're coming in. That's all looking good. Which is good. Tomatoes, and since I'm on the subject, this year, just on a whim, we were talking about where plants came from. Like, where did tomatoes come from, and potatoes and stuff, and like all this stuff. Like, you think about tomatoes, you think about Italian food. They didn't have tomatoes until everybody came up here to the New World. Tomatoes came from South America as well as potatoes. So all the Irish, I don't know what they would have done, what they were doing before they had potatoes. But that was just an interesting look up. Cauliflower, broccoli is doing good. Brussels sprouts on the end of this row. They seem to all do fine. We have one weakling there. So that's all coming in good. Brussels sprouts. I don't know who eats Brussels sprouts. I'm looking for the artichokes. Artichokes are up the hill and they're not doing so well, unfortunately. So the artichokes might be out of action. But this is a good row of broccoli and cauliflower and stuff. We got some summer squash over here. Looks to be coming in good. I had started peas over here, and I think I even mentioned it early. The peas were gone. They didn't last long at all. The peas didn't get transplanted early enough, I don't think. But the summer squash is good. 4 plants of that. Got some blooms coming out. So we're going to be doing pretty good there, I think, with this coming out. The watermelon, which I'm at war with the rabbits and everybody else. We got 1, 2, 3 watermelon on this row. We had 4. One I was taking out, and I think this one got taken out this week while I was gone mostly. So we're not looking good on watermelon. But we might have 1 or 2 plants survive. I love me some watermelon. Same on this. I had a watermelon plant here and here, and they're not doing too good. I don't think they're going to make it after being attacked. So we'll probably put pumpkins in here. I just planted another row of corn down here as a second planting. because our 2 rows of corn are coming in pretty good. This is our first set of corn on these 2 rows. That's coming in decent. Got to just keep it well watered. We haven't gotten any rain, so it's all through the drip irrigation here, and just every now and then doing a hand watering to give them a little extra. And then again, I planted this today with a second planting of corn for later on. So that's going. This is a watermelon that's looking like it's going to do pretty good on this row. Again, fighting the battle with the terrorist rabbits and everybody else. With different barriers and preventive devices, they're still unswayed. Over here we have pumpkin, and this was a volunteer. Looks like an old, or not an old, it's a volunteer squash plant from years before that just popped up on its own. It was growing before we even started planting. But we got pumpkins in here with it. On this row, that one got attacked. That's probably not going to make it, or this one, but I did plant another couple of pumpkins here and over here to fill in the gaps. So that's how that's going. Things are growing, but the battle with the rest of nature is a struggle. My sunflower brigade I've been working on has been attacked mercilessly. It's hard to, I haven't got a sunflower hardly to stay around between birds and anybody else, so that's a struggle to try to get a preventive measure to get the sunflowers going, because they should be right here. And I've had some, and you can see one there, and there's some in here. The rest these guys have been taken out. Oh no, I had a whole ton of seedlings, sunflower seeds, and I got some up by the house. There's one survivor, a lone survivor. But yeah, there's just a few scattered. This should be, I mean, I littered this whole thing with seed and seedlings, and it's been decimated. Back row here, finally, sunchokes, which are doing pretty good. They're getting, a couple of them getting attacked off and on, but they continue to grow. They're like a potato plant. They're a tuber under the ground, so they do all right after getting clipped a little bit. But you see, this is the whole back row here is those, and they're growing pretty decent. So that's kind of the layout. And how's it going? I give it again a 7 out of 10. I need more squirrel prevention measures and weeds in the different places. And again, I still have another planting of carrots and radishes we're going to get, and the weeds all go to the pigs, and the pigs love it. They get their second helping of dinner and lunch and everything else. So that's kind of the rundown. Hopefully that came through. It's always spotty reception down here. But I got some weeds, some grasses to take up to the goats that I've pulled already. We're going to finish this row off with maybe some corn, radishes, carrots, corn, something like that. See who checked in here to say hello. Brastard, what's going on? Bikes and Bullets, what's up? Pretty pixelated. Oh, is it? Oh, great. I guess I'll just have to record one and upload it, which is always more difficult, but maybe I'll do that. But for the most part, pretty content with the progress right now. Like I said, lots of potatoes are coming in, lots of tomatoes, potatoes, and corn looks pretty good. So we'll be good on those areas for everything. And just we'll grow weeds and feed them to the pigs and everybody else, and grass and to the other animals as a part of the rest of the project. But thanks for checking in. Thanks, good to talk to everybody. I don't know who requested that, but that's the status of the garden. Is what it is where it is. So we're continuing to press. It hasn't been too terribly hot either, so that's helped. When it gets, if it comes in, temperature's supposed to go up this week a little bit. We'll see how we hold down the fort once the temperatures rise a little bit. All right, YouTube, you know what to do. Oh, we got Tyler up front there too. What's up? Talk about prepping. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a minute. I don't even know if I've caught a video of yours. Maybe you're like me, you just don't do videos anymore. All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Live Freak.